Let's start with some Joe. Good cup of Joe, coffee, cheers. Thanks for cooling mine down to lukewarm.
It was too hot for me and too strong, I'm sorry.
Okay. What's up, friends? Welcome back to a new episode of Yoga Lifestyle 101. Today we'll talk about the 5 things we wish we knew before we started going to a yoga class.
Thing that we wish we would have known before stepping onto the yoga mat and attending a class at a studio is that we have permission to modify any poses that we hear the instructor cue. So oftentimes you're in a class, there's 20 people around you, the teacher says to come into a pose and you do it because 20 people around you are doing it and also because the instructor tells you to. So there's this sort of moment in your mind where maybe you come into a pose, it doesn't exactly feel right for you or something feels off. Maybe you have a previous injury that you're coming in with that you didn't tell the instructor about. And so you just hold the pose because you feel that social pressure to do so. And you also don't want to disappoint the instructor or look like you're new, so you usually conform to what everybody else is doing in the room, and that's really the number one way to get injured in yoga is to not modify the poses to fit within your body. We all come from different backgrounds, different injuries, we all have different skeletal structures, so we have to remember that there's 7 billion ways to do a single pose, and your body is one of them. So it's really important to remember that you just always have permission to explore movement in your body and step outside of the cues that the teacher is giving you.
The number 2 thing we wish we knew before going to yoga classes is that yoga is not a competition. So if you see all these people around you doing a certain thing, maybe because it feels good, maybe because they have practiced for a long time, it doesn't matter if you are not doing the same thing or if you are not as flexible as them or as strong or whatever it is. It's not about the external, it's not about the poses at all. It's all about what's going on within when you practice yoga. So what you can do with your body or cannot do really doesn't matter. And it's usually depends on the instructor too, if they want this culture in their studio too, like a judgment-free zone. So everyone is just doing their own thing, they're practicing, they're moving in their body that feels good, and it doesn't matter what the person next to you is doing if you can do it or not. It's usually not the case, at least from what we have experienced so far, that other people then think bad of you or hey, she cannot touch her toes with the hands. I think she's a bad person. Like, no one would think that. So
nobody cares.
Yeah, forget about any of that. It's no competition, you do your practice. The third thing we have on our list is that it's good to go to other yoga instructors and explore other classes. So I know you have your favorite yoga instructor, you really like that person, they're teaching a good class, you're feeling good in your practice. But it's really important to also go to other instructors, other classes or formats of classes or even other studios to kind of just widen your knowledge about yoga, because everyone has to teach or share something else. Either it's movement or physical practice or maybe some philosophy. And so by going to different styles, even doing videos, styles, videos or studios, instructors, you kind of just widen your knowledge, broaden your knowledge about yoga, movement, philosophy.
The fourth thing we wish we would have known is there's no expectations. You should go into your practice without forcing yourself to become more flexible or forcing yourself to hit a certain pose or do a certain amount of chaturanga push-ups or whatever that is. Every day you step on the mat, you're stepping onto the mat in a different body. So you really have to let go of what you see your body doing or what you see your mind doing. Yoga is all about coming to the breath and coming to the present moment. And that's really it. Without the breath, you don't have a practice. So you really have to let go of reaching a certain point in order to be a good yogi. That's really not it.
Certain point in your physical practice especially, or that you think, oh, in like 1 month I want to be able to touch my toes, and then you force yourself more into the poses. You kind of take the practice too seriously at that point. So it's time to take a step back and slow down and know that whatever progress you're making is progress. You're still rolling out your mat maybe every day. So that's a big achievement, and you just need to keep going. The practice is there for you forever, and the goal is to practice consistently for a longer time and not force any goals in a short amount of time. That's what we see when injuries happen. Also, it's people just going too deep, too fast in a pose, or wanting to have a certain shape with the body in that they have seen somewhere. They want to achieve that shape, and then they get injured.
Number 4, you just crushed that.
This could really be warmer.
You cracked me up.
Great.
Oh god, I'm
The next one I'll
sorry.
switch to water.
Totally fucked up your coffee. And the last thing on our list is that you should stay for Savasana. So Savasana is the final pose in a yoga practice. It's also called corpse pose. It's when you're laying on your back, palms are up towards the sky, your body is fully relaxed, you take up as much space as you want, and you really learn to surrender in that pose. Oftentimes people want to skip Savasana because they feel like they're just laying there, and there's nothing happening, they're not going on, like they need to be moving and grooving, and that pose is really designed and meant as a pose where you practice learning how to surrender and to let go of controlling everything all the time. You might feel a little tingly in that pose, or feel, energy around you, or maybe even goosebumps, or whatever it is, whatever sensations come up in the body. That's perfectly normal. It's just your brain sort of running a body scan of all the changes that had happened over the past hour of your practice, or however long. The goal in Savasana is really to let go of controlling and analyzing what's happening, and you just fully come to the breath, let your body melt, and give yourself that stillness at the end of your practice to really lock in and seal all the movement and change that you had, both physically and mentally.
Like what you say with the save button.
Yeah.
Good analogy.
Yeah. So it's sort of like when you've been working on a Word document for an hour. I always use that reference, but we use Google Docs, so everything is live. But if you're still using Microsoft Office Word, just bear with me for a minute. Imagine this. You're working on this document. Imagine the old days. You're working on a Word document after an hour, and you get done typing everything up, and then you just close your laptop and you leave. And you lose the document because you didn't hit the save button. So it's the same concept in Savasana. When you work for a full hour and you get done at the end, and you hit your last pose, and then you roll up your mat and you don't stay there and lay for a couple of minutes, it's kind of like you're not sitting the save button on your practice. You're not giving your body that moment to rebound and reflect on everything that happens. Take Savasana, hit the save button, and seal in your practice in a really great way, which is stillness.
When we talk about buttons, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you like this video. Hit the like button. There's also this little bell you can hit so you get notified when we post a new video. We're doing our best to put at least one video out every week, and we see you in the next episode. Thanks so much. Take it easy. Warm?
Is it weird that we're so close to each other?
No. Is it weird for you? Huh? That's not weird for me. So it's fine. Is the dough still warm?
Yeah, it was too hot when I first tried it.
And now it's too cold?
I put a little water in. No? I
don't
know.
Too cold?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Seriously?
It's borderline. It's like lukewarm. In lukewarm. Okay. What?
You really want to say that? First, let's roll the intro?
No.
Oh, okay.
Hi friends, welcome back to a new What's up, friends? Welcome. What's up, guys? What's up, everyone? The third that's 2. Half.
Yeah, what is that? Isn't that how you do 3 in German?
No, you do.
Do you do this?
No.
What? You do this?
Yes.
It's like a Ninja Turtle.
What?
Wow. All right.
So how do you do it?
This.
Yeah, I heard in the US they mostly do this, and it's really uncomfortable for me.
Oh.
And I think more like Southeast Asian places or other places they do like this.
Yeah.
But in Germany it's like this. 3.
Learn something new. All right.
What is it in your country?
Yeah. Yeah.
Going
So awkward.
going through all
Like,
going through all the mudras.
Yeah.